for being with us. Our top story tonight, tensions are reaching a boiling point in the Middle East as Hezbollah launches dozens of rockets into Israel, including into Tel Aviv, for the first time ever. Air raid sirens rang out in Tel Aviv as Israel intercepted the long-range projectile. This comes amid an intensifying exchange of fire as Israel prepares for a possible ground operation in Lebanon. Meanwhile, the Israeli military is activating reserve troops to respond to the escalating confrontations. The United Nations says more than 90,000 people have been displaced following Israeli strikes in Lebanon. Pope Francis responded to the violence in the region, calling on the international community to end the escalation, saying it is, quote, unacceptable. Now we turn now to Simone Ledeen, former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for the Middle East. Simone, great to be with you today. Israel, as you mentioned, has called up reserves, and now military officials say that they are preparing for a possible ground operation in Lebanon. What would that look like, and how would that change the trajectory, that is, of this conflict?
Well, it's a pleasure to be with you as well. I think we can look to, for the answer to that question, we can look to the recent statement by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, where he said that one of the goals of this war was to be able to move the people, the Israeli citizens who had to flee the north on October 7th, to allow them the security to return to their homes, which they have not been at for now almost a year. So because they've been under threat and under attacks ever since by Hezbollah, launching attacks through rockets and other means, from Lebanon, from southern Lebanon. So this is really a line in the sand by the Israelis saying, we are going to return our citizens to their homes. And that's really their goal. And so this is really the question mark. Is this something that Hezbollah will allow or not? And given the extreme successes that Israel has seen so far in a fairly short period of time, that have surprised many watchers, people who have been watching this situation in Lebanon now for years. It's been very surprising how quickly they've achieved such major successes.
Simone, I want to ask you about this escalate to de-escalate approach with Hezbollah. Explain to us more what that is, and is that an effective approach?
Well, I think that the United States has shown that appeasement is not a successful approach. So perhaps this Israeli approach of escalate to de-escalate will turn out to be more effective, showing that really shows of strength, shows of demonstrations of power, and really showing that we will do whatever it takes to return our citizens to their homes. So I think really the message from the Israeli side has been, stop attacking us, stop launching your rockets, stop trying to kill Israeli citizens. And that is really the goal that they're looking for. So in terms of de-escalation, it's really up to Hezbollah to stop their attacks. And the question is, will they? And that remains to be seen at this moment.
Before I let you go, I want to talk about something a little closer to home. Former President Trump and his campaign say that they were briefed from U.S. intelligence on threats against him, to him from Iran, that is. Why would Iran target Trump? What would be their motive there?
Well, I think it's pretty remarkable, first of all, that we know that Iran is doing this, and yet we've allowed we've given visas to the leadership of Iran outside of the Ayatollah Khamenei. They're here in New York City this week for the UN General Assembly, knowing that there are active plots by the Iranian government against our former and potentially future president is really unprecedented and something that should give us all pause. But I think that the fact remains that it is this is truly an unprecedented time. We've never seen such an array of attacks or attempted attacks against a president or presidential candidate. And I think it's important to note that in case you didn't think that President Trump's policies were effective against Iran, if this isn't a clear demonstration that they were, I don't know what is. They're terrified that President Trump is going to win and that he will come back into office and that he will reapply the pressure that he and we and his administration were applying during that period. It hurt them tremendously and actually gained us a lot of leverage that the next administration, the Biden administration, just gave away. So, like I said, if this doesn't show you how panicked they are at his potential to win the presidency again, I don't know what else would.
Simone, always great to be with you. Thank you so much for weighing in. We appreciate it.
Thank you.